first statue is of this man behind me, Sir Ramsey, who's most famous for being England's World Cup winning manager. Quickly, you've got the list of managers, so only 19 in the professional era. Now, Ipswich Town have one of the longest continued tenures at any stadium of any professional football club in the country. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in Suffolk in East Anglia doing another stadium tour, this time Ipswich Town FC and their home Portman Road Stadium. So this stadium behind me, Portman Road, has been the home of Ipswich Town since 1884. It's one of the longest continuous home grounds of any professional football club in this country. I think maybe only Sheffield Wednesday has a longer tenure, but this stadium here holds a capacity of around 30,000 fans and it's got a fantastic history. But before we go inside, I want to show you some statues of a couple of legends that stand outside this stadium. The first statue is of this man behind me, Sir Ramsey, who's most famous for being England's World Cup winning manager. But did you know it was the work that he done here in Suffolk that essentially got him the England job in the first place? So he was the coach here between 1955 and 1963, and he was famous for winning the first division title right here in Ipswich. So beyond actually winning the first division, he actually changed a lot of the philosophies here at the football club in terms of the way that players trained, in terms of the way that coaches manage players and so on, and manage football clubs, etc. So Ramsey's work here is absolutely phenomenal, and there's a bit on the statue which talks about the work he done here in Ipswich. So as you can see, he lived from 1920 to 1999. And he was the manager of Town between 1955 and 1963. He was the Division 1 champion 1961 to 1962, and he managed England between 1963 and 1974, becoming world champions in 1966. And this was erected by the Ipswich Town Football Club Supporters Club. So behind me you've got the statue of Ipswich Town legend Kevin Beattie, who played for the club between 1972 and 1981. I think he made a total of, 296 appearances and scored 32 goals. But he was part of the Town team that famously won the FA Cup in 1978 and lifted the UEFA Cup in 1981. Now he's originally from Carlisle in Cumbria. He's a northern lad from a poor working class family, but rose to hero status right here in East Anglia. You've got some tributes. So Sir Bobby Robson said that Kevin Beattie is the finest player that England has ever produced during my time in the game. Mick Mills said, I would argue he's been the best player that Ipswich Town Football Club has ever had. Bill Shankly said, no, not signing him was my biggest mistake as a manager. So you can see here some tributes about him. And this statue here, by the way, was actually paid for by the fans. And you can see down here a list of fans that helped to make it happen. So behind me, you've got the statue of the legend himself, Sir Bobby Robson, who was a manager here from 1969 until 1982. And just like Sir Ramsey, he got the England job on the back of the work he done here at Ipswich. So he's famous for winning the FA Cup and also the UEFA Cup as well. And during Sir Bobby's tenure, I think potentially he might have been the longest serving manager of Ipswich history. I'm not too sure. Please forgive me if I'm wrong. I'll put it on the screen. But you can imagine the impact that he's had at this football club. So yeah, he managed from 69 to 82, and he won the FA Cup in 78, Cup Winners' Cup in UEFA Cup in 81, and he was the England manager from 1982 to 1990, where he got to the semi-final in 1990 as well as the England manager. So as you can see, the work he's done here is never ever forgotten. You can see the man there, it's quite dark, but he's pointing towards the stadium, pretty much. And is there a tribute on the back here? No, there isn't, but you get an idea of the importance that he had to this football club. And this was donated by Ipswich Borough Council and TXU with the Ipswich Town Supporters Club as well, and this was erected in 2002. guys, you've got an Ipswich Town Players and Supporters Garden of Remembrance. So here you can see flowers laid. And these are all people, players and supporters, whose ashes now rest in this beautiful garden, basically. So you can see all the names here, basically, pretty much. It's a long list of names. And then you've got the badge there. So it says, once a blue, always a blue. My shadow is blocking it, but you can see it there. And then you've got this beautiful garden here to remember these beautiful fans who sadly passed away. So as you walk through the Sir Bobby Robson stand, you can see some cool moments. So Ipswich vs Sunderland, 18th of December 2021. 1-0 vs Derby County, October 2022. 2-1 vs Port Vale, April 2023. And then you've got a quote from the great man himself. Food fights, fist fights, donkeys wandering into the chairman's beautiful house. I saw it all in my 13 years at Ipswich Town. It was wonderful. And that's the great man himself there. Sir Bobby signed only 14 players in his 13 years in charge at Portman Road. 1,031 goals were scored by Bobby Robson's Ipswich Town. And then you've got some more here. So Kieran McKenna, 6-0 vs Exeter 2023, when they got promoted from League One. Then Town 3, Hull City 0. You've got Ed Sheeran there, pretty much, when they're in the Championship. And this plaque behind me commemorates naming the stand after Sir Bobby. So I'm guessing all the names on here would have had a say or had a hand in naming this stand after the club's greatest ever manager, in my opinion, basically. So you can see all the names here. So Chris McGinn, Matthew Swain, Jack Rosso, David Groom. You can see all these names here as well. Also, even Sir Alex Ferguson said there's no one I would put 1 inch above Bobby Robson. What he achieved at Ipswich was something special. Sir Alex Ferguson. Town 3, Bristol City 2. Then it goes all the way down there. That's Bobby during his tenure as manager. And as you go down, it goes all the way up to when Ipswich Town got promoted. 22 players won international caps whilst under Sir Bobby's management at Portman Road. He's tasted East Anglia and Derby success on 11 occasions whilst only losing 5 times. Town 3-2 Southampton, pretty much. And then you've got Sir Bobby himself with the UEFA Cup that he won. And you've got a list of fan names as well. So you can see how much the great man is loved in Suffolk. And then finally, Ipswich Town got their promotion back to the Premier League after over 20 years, basically. You can see them there. And then you've got Sir Bobby himself with the FA Cup. One Bobby Robson, there's only one Bobby Robson. So a bit of history about the stand there. So the top part was actually done again. So I was told that the lower part of the Sir Bobby Robson stand was always there, and then the top part had to be knocked down and redone in more modern times to keep the stadium up with more modern standards of stadium. So the top part is newer, basically, and it's also slightly smaller than the Sir Alf Ramsey stand, because behind that stand there is actually a road, so they couldn't actually build it to the same size as the Sir Alf Ramsey stand. So the stand behind me here, this is the oldest part of the stadium, I was told, or one of the oldest parts. They call it the old chicken run because apparently someone used to keep chickens in there apparently in the past. So that is the oldest part. And as you can see, it's only single tiered basically, pretty much. So the away fans will sit in that corner there, into those two little bits there, and that is the oldest part of the stadium. So guys, the views from up here are actually really nice. The capacity is about 30,000, I think it is, but you can see how close the fans are to the pitch and how nice the seats look, guys. It's a really, really nice stadium. So over there in the Sir Alf Ramsey stand, this top section here was done up in 2001 in time for when Ipswich were in the Premier League. So as you can see, that top stand there is slightly bigger than that one, basically. And that's because behind there, they had the actual room to actually get it redone, pretty much. So you get an idea, pretty much, of, obviously, how the stadium's been redone over time. Over here is where the visiting directors sit, I was told. The visiting team sits there, and the home team sits the other side. And you can see the stands go all the way up there. So guys, in this room behind me, this is the old chairman's room, but now it's used by sponsors. So sponsors actually come and they sit in here, and they can have food, drinks, you name it, etc. So it's sort of like the chairman's like hospitality for obviously sponsors. So you see all kinds of people here, they've got food and drinks and so on, where they'd have it on a match day. Also as well, they've got a list of trophies that the club has won. Everyone knows the most famous one, the UEFA Cup or the Europa League, which they won in 81, I think it was. There's also some other stuff as well that was gifted personally by Sir Alf Ramsey, such as the Jules Rimet Trophy, which he obviously won with England. So it's really, really cool. Let's go around and have a little look. So here you can see the great man himself, Sir Bobby Robson, rest in peace. You've got this, a replica one given by him for the FA Cup against Arsenal. I think the semi-final was the final, I'm not too sure, 78. You've got the medal, George Burley's medal, and then some programmes here as well. And then the replica UEFA Cup or Europa League. You've got a couple Player of the Match awards. You've got a Barclays League 2 Division 2 champions 1991 to 1992 right here. And then you've got just some other stuff here as well. This is like a replica of a horse, a Suffolk horse, by Major Philip Hope Cobbold. On this side you've got the playoff trophy, which they won in 2000 where they beat Barnsley 4-2. And then you've got some match programmes against Inter Milan, and so on and so forth. And then the Jules Rimet Trophy given by Sir Alf Ramsey as well, pretty much. So guys, in the background there, that is the fan zone in there where there's bars and stuff where you can go and have a drink. But it's quiet. It's not often that you see a big open area here outside of a stadium, pretty much, where you can actually have like a game here as well. Like it's actually a full-size pitch, or almost, where you've got a fan zone there, and obviously you've got the road that goes behind the Sir Bobby Robson stand, basically. But yeah, that's kind of cool. So guys, I've just been told by my lovely tour guide that all this is used by the Ipswich Town community throughout the week. So people come in, men, boys, girls, etc. They come here and have all kinds of events. So we're talking like football, social stuff as well. So really, really good for the community. Obviously the football club does a lot of work in the community here in Ipswich and in Suffolk. I think it's fantastic how the club has incorporated the community, not only on match days, but all around the year basically. So yeah, very, very cool. So here you've got a list of all the players that have played for their countries whilst playing for Ipswich Town. So it goes all the way back from 54 and it goes all the way there. You can see a lot of names here as well, basically, with the most recent being last year, Marcelino Nunes for Chile, but you can see some names there, and Richard Wright back in 2000 was the last one to play for England whilst playing for Ipswich Town. And here, just quickly, you've got the list of managers. So only 19 in the professional era. Some legendary names: John Lyall, bit overlooked. You've got Bobby Robson here, and then you've got obviously Sir Alf Ramsey right there, and then the list of chairmen also. So guys, as you can see, I'm standing here in the press room here at Portman Road. Pretty self-explanatory, just like any other stadium. I was told that the manager, whoever it is, currently is Kieran McKenna at the time of recording, will obviously only come in here to do post-match interviews. So Kieran will sit there, and next to him you'll have the club's head of communications, who essentially moderate the press conference. So if there's any questions that are asked that are inappropriate, such as linking Kieran with the Celtic job, things like that, it will get bypassed, and he controls who can and can't answer questions also. Just some more photos as we walk through the hallway there. And this photo was last season in the Premier League. So behind me is where the visiting team will enter. So Pep Guardiola, Ruben Amorim, whoever it is, Arteta will all come through here, and the team will make this walk down this hallway. And as we walk through, you can see Kevin Beattie there. I spoke about him earlier. You've got another legend here. Who's this? I don't know his name, please forgive me. Oh, sorry, Matt Holland. And you've got another legend as well, Terry Butcher. You've got another legend, Arnold Mjolnir, I think his name is. He was in the Netherlands side that won the 1988 Euros, basically. And he was voted the Player of the Year by Ipswich fans in the 78 to 79 season. So these are the lyrics of Ed Sheeran's hit song Castle on the Hill. So Castle on the Hill is actually talking about him growing up here in Suffolk, basically. So you've got all the lyrics right here on this wall, basically. And Ed Sheeran actually signed it. So he signed it at the bottom there as well, basically. So yeah, guys, like I really like the stadium. It's actually good when a club actually stays at one stadium but maintains it very well. And I think Ipswich Town have done a fantastic job of doing this. You've got obviously the legend stuff on here. But yeah, just like Fulham, when I went to Fulham, same thing really. They maintained it very well. The away team's coaches park there. They come through here and then walk through that entrance there, guys. Basically, pretty much. But yeah, this is all known as the Roy Keane car park. This whole area, or that area back there, because apparently he wanted to fight someone last season. But yeah, you can see his car parking space there. So I'm standing in the home team entrance, and this is like the main reception now, pretty much. Now in here they've got some cool stuff, including Ed Sheeran's guitar, because obviously he's an Ipswich Town fan and he's a minority shareholder in the football club. So I'm going to show you guys some cool things in here as well, including the 2 back-to-back promotion trophies that the club won under current coach Kieran McKenna. So here you've got Ed Sheeran's guitar, and I don't know if you can see it, but it has been signed in there. It's been signed by Ed himself, as you can see. Women's National League for Ipswich Town's or women's team. So you can see the list of teams that have won it, and then you've got obviously the ribbons and stuff. And this is the League One trophy, the League One runners-up, 22 to 23, or 23, 24, I can't remember which one, but that year. And then this one is from the Championship, when they came second and got promoted to the Premier League. Alan Hunter and Kevin Beattie, FA Cup 1978. In the tunnel, it's done up in blue, obviously the town colours. As you can see, it's nice and long there. And I'm guessing that going straight leads out to the pitch there. So guys, as you can see, like all other stadiums, the away dressing room has been designed to be as uncomfortable as possible for the visiting team. You'll notice that in the middle they've got like a big bench that separates the 2 sides, so both sides don't have equal view of the coach, wherever that is. And also as well, it's got a low ceiling, and also it's got a photo of famous boxer, local boxer Fabio Wardley, shout out to Fabio, outside the dressing room as well, basically. So you can kind of see exactly what they do to essentially make it as uncomfortable as possible for the visiting team. Got a Swansea shirt, you've got obviously QPR, Middlesbrough, Oxford, Millwall, and a few other shirts. Hull City, Preston North End, my second team, and then the ones that I mentioned before. Then you've got Derby County as well, basically. So yeah, you can see just some visiting shirts pretty much. Here you can see a timetable for what happens on a match day. So you can see pretty much team sheet and briefing. You've got the coin toss, you've got kick-off, half-time, but this lets the visiting team know what needs to happen. So this is Kieran McKenna, the manager's office. So he was sitting there with his coaching staff, pretty much. Then that's where the officials come from. So the officials will come through here, the referees and so on. And then we keep walking through the tunnel. So here you've got a multi-faith prayer room for anybody who wants to pray. A plant room. I don't know what that's for. Ipswich Town FC TV. So guys, I'm in the home team dressing room, and I've been to many dressing rooms, as you guys know if you watch my channel, but this here probably is one of the best, definitely. I mean, outside of the big clubs who've got more money, this is one of the best. I mean, they've got the club colours, you know, they've got padded seats. It looks very modern. It looks very, very good, guys. So I'm going to go around now and show you guys a little bit about the home dressing room and some really, really cool facts. So first thing, although he's not an official player and he's one of the owners, Ed Sheeran has his own squad number 17, right here in the corner. And then as you walk, you can see you've got the goalkeepers there. Now this here is called the Burning Shield, which is like a motto for running towards adversity, which is essentially what the club's motto is, running towards adversity. And I was told the players asked for that to be installed there. And as you walk around, you've just got the names at the top, and then you've got the numbers, the captain O'Shea. And as you walk around, you can see all the players here. Ashley Young, still playing football. Still playing Premier League legend, actually, to be honest. Good to see Ashley Young still playing football at a high level here at Ipswich. And some more here. You've got McAteer as well. Also as well, guys, on each player's seat, you've got a code for their locker, so they lock that there basically, and then they put the boots underneath. You've got Ivan, Hurst, Humphreys. Is that Tuba Akpom there? I think it is. So in here you've got an area for ice bath, so the players will take an ice bath, obviously after the game. You've got showers here. You've got a warm-up area here as well. And then you've obviously got a bike for someone to use. You've got the bottles ready for the next game against Watford. Here you've got the club slogan, running towards adversity, and every staff member's signature has been signed. So as you can see guys, I'm standing pitch side, obviously I'm not on the pitch as you can see, but you get an idea of how close the fans are. So that is the pitch there, and that's the fans, yeah? The gap between the fans and the pitch is very close. And that's something that people always stress about when it comes to fan experiences. You want the fans to be as close to the pitch as possible. And here at Portman Road, that has been done. So guys, I'm in the dugout area. This is the away section. So the away dugouts are on the left-hand side, the side furthest from the tunnel in the corner. And as you can see, you can't see the seats, but they're a bit less posh than the home ones, basically. But the away team will sit there, whether that's Pepper, whoever, they would have sat there. And then behind them as well, you've got seats and stuff for like media and stuff. So, for example, if you've got reporters or whatever, so on and so forth, they will sit just behind there. But that's where the away team will sit. So yeah, you've got the away team there, and then you've got things that says reporters. So these are for reporters. That says staff only, reporters as well. So they would sit there, pretty much, and that's on the away side. You've got floor manager, fourth official, fourth match manager, security, so they'll sit there pretty much, and then on this side you've got the home team. So yeah guys, I just sit here in the home dugouts. As you can see, seats are nice and padded, but you'll notice straight away that these seats are a lot better than what it looks like on the other side, but the view to the pitch is absolutely phenomenal. So this probably will be for like Ipswich Town staff basically. So you've got staff and players. Many players that aren't picked for the game will sit there with the staff. So the staff could be, I don't know, physios, media team, whoever. Then it says staff only as well. So staff will sit here. They'll also sit here as well basically. And then as you go to the dugouts of the main team, you'll notice how padded the seats are. So obviously the club wanted to keep up with current standards, so the seats here are very padded, very, very nice. And this seat here is where Kieran McKenna sits. That's Kieran McKenna's seat right there. So guys, I was told the pitch behind me is 90% real soil, I think it is, basically. So most of it is made up of real soil. And the groundsman here at Portman Road has done a fantastic job to make it look like a spectacle, basically. I was told as well it's built to withstand like snow, ice and so on. The only way a game will get called off here is if A, there's like a massive blizzard, which doesn't happen really in the UK, or B, if there's lots of ice and stuff around the grounds basically. But generally this pitch here is designed to withstand most kinds of weather. Also as well guys, England have actually played here as well. So England played here in 2003 in a friendly, I think it was, against Croatia basically. The only time England has ever played here was in 2003, and I remember Frank Lampard scoring the goal as well basically. So England have also played in this historic stadium. So yeah guys, you can see all the sponsors there like Green King, and as we enter the Sir Bobby Robson stand, you can just see how close the fans are to the pitch guys. These would be for disabled fans, I'm guessing, fans who are disabled. Got that there. And then you can see how close we are to the pitch, pretty much. So you get a good idea of how close we are in relation to the players. So guys, overall, how would I rate the tour? The tour was brilliant. I give it probably about 8.5/9 out of 10. My tour guys, Paul and Karen, I think their names were absolutely phenomenal, brilliant, by the way. So definitely worth the trip. That is it, guys, for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Let me know where should I go next. I really enjoyed the stadium. I'll see you on the next video.